get in the front, to pick up anything, dig a hole and get a
Bulldozer?
bulldozer.
Or backhoe?
Yeah.
Okay.
A bulldozer so I sent me on a retriever to do that.
Really?
Mm-hmm. With a tank retriever, and I look at it and I says, gee, for crying out loud, they must be nuts. Go down below down there. I thought, I got to the camp and I examined my tank right away, because you got to do that every time you turn around, because when you run that sprocket that takes the track going, bring it going as fast as you go.
Turn the ground up?
Yeah, there's the ground up, the tracks, but that time there, I crossed this river, I don't know what river was that. It had a long bridge, about 2 miles long.
Wow.
And the drop to that off of that bridge would have been about 35 to 40 feet. So
Don't fall.
don't fall. I went right through it. I mean, I was driving that tank. All I could do was 35 or 45 miles an hour.
Wow.
And by I got the other end. Let me check. Is there right on the right hand side?
All right, I got you on microphone, and hopefully it'll give us a better
Okay.
volume, for lack of a better description. I'll have to get a microphone stand at some point. Today is May 22nd, 2016. I'm sitting with Mr. and Mrs. Samuel Arredondo. Arredondo. I've been saying that wrong all this time, and you let me get away with it. Don't let me do that.
I know.
Your original name was?
My original name, it was Samuel Arredondo.
Okay.
Okay? When I turned 17, I wanted to join the Army.
Right.
But the Army didn't allow that 17-year-old.
Right.
I had to be 21. So, on my paperwork that I made, I said, let me see, I have to be born in 1919 in order to be 21.
I thought it was 18. You gotta be 18, don't you?
I was 17.
Yeah, but you have to be 18 to sign on.
No.
You had to be
21 years old.
Really?
Yeah, that's how old you had to be.
Wow.
21. And they didn't take 17-year-old at all.
Yeah.
Unless the mother signed for him.
Okay.
And that's if the mother signed. But if the mother signs, they won't take you.
Okay.
So I figure, well, 19 and 4 is 21. Yeah. When was you born? 1921. I mean, I was born in 1919.
Right.
Okay, so they put, you was born in 1919, yeah. So I'm 21 years old.
21 years old.
So then they said, okay, you was born in 1919. What month? June the 9th. Okay, so that's on those papers. So he said, okay. So this sergeant at Fort Ring, of which he was born in Fort Ring, my wife was born there.
Okay.
So where she was born, I took my physical.
Okay.
So then it said, this sergeant was pretty quick. He said, what happened? When they weighed me, I weighed 115 pounds.
Okay.
That automatically
Disqualified.
me from going in. He said, this sergeant told me, says, after they disqualified me, he said, you didn't pass the exam. So I said, why? you only weigh 150, you're underweight.
So he gave you the 4F.
Yeah, yeah, that was gonna give me the 4F for that, forever, I guess it would have been. So the sergeant looked at me when I was just, hey, come here, I want to talk to you. Okay. You're not 21.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that. That was my son. Go ahead.
You're not 21 years old, okay? I know that. But I want to get in the Army. Well, I know that. Let me tell you, go down there and buy 6 bananas and 1 quart of milk. I said, 6 bananas and 1 quart of milk? I don't have no money. Well, I'll give you 25 cents. That was in those days.
It's a lot of money.
It was a lot of money,
Right.
25 cents. So I went and bought the six bananas and a quart of milk.
And
And
a quart-
still I had a
Whole
dime
milk.
left.
Okay.
Had a dime left. She says, eat them all,
One sitting.
one sitting, and drink that quart of milk, and come back. I'll be here waiting. I said, okay. I went over there and with the tijerinas, they had a store there. And I said, what do you want? I said, give me 6 bananas and 1 quart of milk. Where are you going with that milk and bananas? But what the heck are you doing? Crazy? No, I said, just give it. Well, you're not giving me that. I said, I'm buying it. No, okay, it's your money, not mine.
Yeah.
But that's it. You need to make money. So I gave it to him, and he gave me the change of a dime. So I got that one. And when I got there, back to Fort Ringo, I saw the sergeant. I said, I got it. You wait here. Let me go to. Hey, I don't know about that darn. Where there was waiting us. I don't think that thing is true to the.
I think the scale's off.
The scale is not doing the right thing. So I think it's off. He said, "How about waiting him again? You might be something wrong with the scale." So they put me on it. I hit 120, right on the
5 pounds?
5 pounds. That's 6
Wow.
bananas and 1 quart of milk. Remember that, in case they want your son to do something, he can't do that.
And what year was this?
This was in 1941.
1941.
Mhm.
You want to introduce your wife?
This is my wife, Kate Foster Arredondo.
Okay.
We have been married 69 years,
72.
72 years.
And you still like him?
I got to put up with her.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about
More
that.
the other way around.
Yeah.
Let's turn it over.
So
And
what year did you all get married?
86.
In 86?
I mean,
That's
46.
1946. That sounds, where did you get married at?
Mission, Texas.
Mission, Texas.
Mission, Texas.
There was no money. There was no big wedding.
Okay.
And we've been together since that time to now.
Right. Kate, what year were you born?
1930.
Officially.
Officially.
Officially now, that's true.
And your official birth date was?
Well.
Not the
official-
military birth date, your birth date.
My birth certificate, I have it over there.
Okay.
I was born in 1921, July the 21st.
Okay. Yeah, because we know how it all changes. I
Yeah.
just want to make sure we get the
Okay.
absolute right of it.
Now, today, the Social Security knows more
Yeah.
because they went not by my uncle certificate that he signed
Mhm.
when I was born and where I was born.
Yeah.
It is the Social Security look because they thought I might be an alias because I am a Mexican from the other side,
Yeah.
and I'm out here with no
No
papers.
papers.
Okay, so they said they would look around until they found that it's a record of me by the Catholic Church where they baptized me.
Okay.
So when they baptized me, was the 5th of January, but it was not 21. It should have been 22.
Oh, wow.
Because, if I was born the 5th of January, on that day, you can't be baptized on that day and,
4th of July weekend?
yeah,
Yeah.
sure, and also, yeah, a baby freshly born,
Right.
are they gonna throw water at him?
Yeah, right.
Well, you drown him.
Yeah, you wait till he's about 3-6 months or whatever.
Yeah, right.
I'm
And
a
that-
Catholic boy too. I've been down that road.
Okay, so that means that the Social Security changed it.
Right.
Nobody else changed it, but Social Security changed it.
And you just let it
But
go.
I let it go because
Sure.
I said, yeah, heck, I mean, I would say, when we got married
Mission, Texas.
in Mission, Texas, I came back to Camp Hood.
Okay.
It was Camp Hood and then Fort Hood.
All right.
So it was a camp first, just like Camp Knox. When I
Yeah,
came
turned
here,
into
it was
Fort
Camp
Knox.
Knox,
Yeah.
Fort Knox. Anyway, she went back to her mom. No, I took you back, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I took her back to where her mother lived, and she lived there with her. And I said, well, you stay here, and I gotta go. Only got 4 days, and there's.
Gotta go earn your money.
Right. I says, all I can give you for now is your wedding ring,
Yeah.
and little later on you get the engagement ring, which it was really no engagement, it was just boom, pow.
Here we go.
That was it. And then
When'd you get your engagement ring officially?
Officially. Oh gosh, it's been so long, I can't remember.
Okay, that's all right.
I think I got it in 1969.
Yeah, somewhere there.
When they finally got it
by then I was in the money.
out. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I heard that
Yeah,
story. You,
yeah.
I was
you
in the
weren't
money.
into that much money,
No.
buddy.
No.
She said.
So then, we let's see, we was talking about, when I left the Rio Grande City, when I left Mission, Texas, where we got married, she was Kate Foster Arredondo,
Mhm.
and I was Samuel A. Arredondo, but I had used Guerrero. When I went back, I said, well, if I am Guerrero or Arredondo, it makes no difference. She can still get a check, but it didn't work that way.
Oh, really?
No. She didn't get nothing because she didn't have my legal name, if I had a legal name. Because if I had, my legal name would have been Arredondo, would have been no problem. She would have got her check that it was due from the government to her.
Right.
With so much myself and so much the government put in. Well, I got up there and I said, look, I want to put in for a check for my wife. I got a wife. Oh, you got married? I said, yeah. She says, what's her name? I said, her name is Kate Foster Arredondo. Wait a minute. You're Samuel A. Guerrero? No. You can't do that. You cannot get a check for her. And you're married to her. You're a Guerrero, and she's an Arredondo.
Yeah.
No. Well, I'm going to change my name.
well, let's change your name first
And then get it done?
and then get it done.
So, when you were born Samuel Arredondo Guerrero.
No. I was born Samuel Arredondo. That was my dad's last name, Arredondo.
But he wanted to join the army and he used his aunt's last name,
Oh.
Guerrero.
Because that's the only mother I knew.
I understand now, okay. I was trying to figure out how all that name changing
And
comes into play.
to say the least, I was an orphan.
I'll follow you.
And my aunt, the one that took us in,
Raised you.
bouncing from one relation of well, say, aunts and uncles, we got too many ourselves, we can't feed them too.
Right.
How about some going over there to so-and-so, Arredondo, he'll take it. He probably has better chance of,
So how many siblings do you have?
right now,
No, from the beginning.
from the beginning, we had 7,
7 in the family. How many boys?
1.
You're the only one.
No. He's got only one brother.
Okay.
Oh, you mean of my family?
Yes, sir.
Oh, my brother, that's all I had, one brother,
Okay.
and I, and he's already gone
Okay.
from this earth, from this planet to the next
And
one.
what was his name?
Jose.
Jose?
Now Jose R. Arredondo, because he was using my grandmother's last name, Rodriguez.
How do you spell Alejandro?
Arredondo.
Alejandro.
Arredondo. Now, if you split it in syllables, which is A-R-R-E, Arredondo, Arredondo.
Arredondo. Okay. I'm not very good on my Hispanic language skills, I'm just gonna say.
Anyway, like I was saying, where would you left off?
About, you were down at the camp, your name changed.
Yeah, I was changing my name, and he says, Carly, it's gonna take time. I said, well, that time I don't have,
Right?
because by the time you change my name, it's gonna take about 6 months.
Wow.
I said, hey, wait a minute. Listen, it's nothing more than to take off the Guerrero off and put the A is there. R-R-E-D-O-N-D-O. Oh, well, that's a lot easier. We can do it within 2 months. I said, you better, I said, because that they're waiting for that check. Hey, I don't think she would have much time to wait for me to go ahead and send her the money.
Right.
She'll be here, and where am I gonna put her at?
Yeah.
See? Well, he said, we'll do that, we start that right away, and I promise you we'll have it done within 2 months. This month, the next month, probably get her, what do you call that? What do you call that?
Allotment.
At the allotment, they back up 2 months and send you, back pay.
Okay.
Back pay allotment, but in that time, the government was so stingy, they wouldn't let a dollar, they wouldn't let a dollar get out of the pen.
Yeah.
So once I straightened that Arredondo name, then I was
Good to
real
go.
good to go. Even when when I got back from World War II and came back, 9 months later, I had another girlfriend, not her, another girlfriend, and that one there, I guess he said, well, I ain't gonna wait on him. He never writes, he never does it. I'm not much of a writing person.
Okay.
I can write one letter today, and maybe probably 4 months later, I'll write you another one.
Well, let me back you up, and I wanna take the lead on this conversation.
Okay.
You all get married.
Mhm.
You're at Fort Hood, Camp Hood, right? And you're moved to where? When you leave Camp Hood, what's your next stop?
When I left Fort Hood, my next stop from the Fort Hood was, I am in the Army, went to to El Paso, Fort Bliss.
Fort Bliss, El Paso.
I trained
I
simply,
didn't go.
You didn't go to Fort
No.
Bliss. Where do you catch up with him next?
When he came back from Korea,
Back in 53, 51, 52?
in 52.
no, 50, no, but, we got married in 46, right? Well, that's when I came back from the World War II. Then, 9 months later, they shipped me out to Alaska.
All right, let me stop you again right there.
We weren't
Okay.
married.
Now we're kind of getting a little far ahead.
We,
At Fort Bliss, what year are you at Fort Bliss?
42.
42. Fort Bliss, they make it
Just 41.
41. So May, June, summer, winter? Do you remember the time of year?
It was cold here in Kentucky, so that means that we left,
It'd be like November, December.
no, because I entered the Army in February. In February of 1941. And from Fort Ringo, which is Rio Grande City, from Fort Ringo, we went to Fort Houston, Texas. And there we got another physical,
Okay,
following the one they gave us in Fort Ringo.
okay.
There, they came with the bad news that says, sir, that man we got here is sick. Why? Because in Rio Grande City, he weighed 120, now he weighs 115.
Oh, wow.
I said, oh my
Caught you again.
God, here I'm caught. Now what, I gotta have something. And I didn't speak as good English as I'm doing now.
Okay.
I saw this fellow and I says, oye, ¿hablas tú en inglés? Sí, cómo no, digo, hablo inglés. Yo soy griego. ¿Hablas inglés? Sí. Ok. Oye, yo necesito un intérprete para ver qué es lo que quieren decirme a mí. Sí, cómo no. Ven conmigo. So he came with me, and he said, I told him, I said, tell him what the heck is wrong. I said, he wants to know what's wrong with him. He says, well, in Fort Ringo he weighed 120, and here we gave him another physical, and he weighs 115. He's sick.
Yeah.
Y pues dices que tú estás malo. Ah, sí. Mira, dile que tengo el chorro, correncia. That means the ¿cómo se dice?
The runs.
The runs.
That's where I thought you were going with that.
Yeah. Tell him you.
He had to poop.
Yeah, you got the runs. So he says he's got the runs. He does. That's it. That's how he lost 5 pounds.
Fair enough.
The runs will do it.
Check mark?
Check mark. I'm good. I'm good to go.
Okay.
And I'm so glad from Fort Sam, Houston, they sent us to Camp Hood.
Okay.
We didn't last long in there. All the guys are the draftees and the ones that want the regular army,
Yeah.
which I was regular army.
Was that your basic training with Sam Houston?
Was sent to go for basic training there.
Okay.
Well, there they already had the ones that was going to be training, so they sent us to Fort Bliss. At
These are the guys that are gonna be in the techs.
No.
Okay.
This is the guy, as far as I was concerned, I thought I was infantry.
Okay,
So they sent us to Fort Bliss. Sent us to Fort Bliss, and there I think they kept us 3 weeks or 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks.
okay.
Anyway, there was marching us, and every time they said to the rear march, I was going forward. And when they said right flank, I turned left. And with the gun in, I think I was getting hit. So he said, okay, I'm going to give you a rock, a little rock on your right hand and the left hand, big rock, so you can know what your right and left is. So I said, okay. So every time they said, don't carry that rifle, you don't need it. I think it was 2 weeks of that, and I didn't like it at all. I said, this is not for me.
But you figured out left and right though.
Oh yeah, they figured the left and right, I figured it out. So then from there, they said, okay, we need some drivers. I raised my hand right away.
Did you know what you were raising your hand for?
No, I didn't know. All they said, we need drivers.
Okay,
So yeah, I raised my hand.
I'll drive a Jeep, I'm easy.
Yeah, I'm in it. Okay, go ahead and get everything ready, and we're gonna mount out the train.
Okay, so that's Fort Bliss,
That's from Fort Bliss coming to Camp Knox.
to Camp Knox, right?
Kentucky.
So you get in Knox and that's when you get your first tank training.
Yes.
So do you know the name of the school or the battalion that you were assigned to at Fort Knox?
The 13th, which was the 13th Cavalry,
Okay.
turned into a 13th Mechanized Army.
Mechanized Army, okay.
Right.
So Fort Knox, you're there in 41, 42?
No, yes.
Right.
41.
41,
So in 41, they got us ready.
okay.
Well, really, with me, they had trouble. The corporal had trouble with me because I didn't understood him very well.
Language
Because
barrier.
it wasn't, it was a language barrier, 1. 2 was, they didn't have, I didn't have no earphones to hear you say anything to me. So therefore, it was by touching you the arm, you turn right, touching you on the left, you have to go left, hitting you in the back of the neck was to stop,
Okay,
and then getting lowered, and then you on the back of you is to move out.
okay,
So this finally one day, after a week of being in tanks, driving light tanks. This is the light tanks, the M4.
the old Sherman?
The M5s.
That's the Sherman, wasn't it?
No, the M4s was the M4 light tanks, which was those one day that you could open the front end and open the door, and you can see out.
Was that a 2-man tank?
No, was a 4-man tank. I think it was 5.
Okay, just making sure.
I think it was 5 tanks.
I'll get some pictures of it.
3.
So at Fort Knox, you receive your training there,
And
and you get out of the infantry to do that from Fort Bliss.
they got me out of there at the infantry and put me for driver because I raised my hand. I was gonna go.
Right.
So anyway, when I got here, they started marching us around, learn marching. And Sergeant Pete Saban from Cincinnati,
Can you spell it?
Saban,
S-A-B-E-N?
Saban, yeah.
Okay,
And he said, okay, he was an alcoholic. I call him every time I saw him. Because he was, he had a belly like that, beer belly. Anyway, he said, all right, I need 9 volunteers, drivers. I raised my hand.
again, you don't know why.
I don't know why. Every darn time. I raised my hand, and or the rest of them knew how to drive.
Yeah,
So we were 9 of us. Okay, go ahead, Corporal, take them. they're yours. So you got 9 drivers right there. Okay, I said, man, I wonder what kind of truck or just talking, you know. He said, wow, I hope I have a good truck to drive. Sure, we sure did.
Yeah?
Each one had a darn wheelbarrow.
A wheelbarrow.
Yeah, wheelbarrow. That was the pickup. They put the stuff that they pick up.
Picking up trash and
Trash,
everything
yeah,
else?
right. And that should have, I should have quit volunteering, you know.
Right.
But no, I couldn't do that.
Well, let me guide you again, because today I'm just looking for a quick, short outline.
Mhm.
So you're at Fort Knox in your 13th Mechanic Cavalry. 13th Cavalry becomes a mechanized army,
Armored.
armored, and they ship you out to where?
From there, we went in, we made the 90-day maneuver that's ever made down here in the United States.
Okay, so a
The
90-day
whole
training
army.
session.
The whole army, the red and blue,
Right.
fighting each other.
Right.
But no,
Simulated war program.
Right. So we went from Fort Knox to Fort, in Louisiana, Fort Stoneman, Camp Stoneman.
Stoneman, Stowman?
Camp Stoneman,
Okay,
which is Fort Stoneman in Louisiana.
okay.
This is in Louisiana.
All right, so after your 3 months there, when do you actually leave to go overseas?
Well, we came back fighting until we got here, December the 7th, Pearl Harbor, December the 6th,
The day before Pearl Harbor,
the day before Pearl Harbor.
so 1942, December 6th.
I was sound asleep, dead sleep, because I was tired. And they started hollering, screaming and hollering, the radios blaring away, and I was sound asleep, like nothing was going on. But in that damn night, that same night, I dreamed I was in a war, and I was running on the fire, and hit the ground beside some other soldiers on a log. A log was laying like this here, like this, that could.
You're
And
tucking in behind.
I went right beside it.
Right.
I says, hey, let's see, can I get a better shot? When somebody came over and said, wake up, man. I said, hey, what the heck? You know, and I started cursing.
Right.
That's the first thing you do when they wake you up
Right.
like that. I said, what the heck is going on, man? I got to sleep. Said, it's a war now, by God, you're underage, you can get out now. Come
Yeah,
on.
here's your chance, that's
Yeah,
true.
here's your chance.
Very
Said,
true.
no, heck, no, I'm not getting out. I'm gonna go with them. I don't care where we go, I'll go.
I'm a volunteer.
Yeah, I'm a volunteer anyway. So, he said, it was a guy from North Carolina. He really looked, he was very young.
Mhm.
In fact, he didn't have no beard at all.
Okay.
So neither did I, but I didn't care. I wasn't talking about beer, I was talking about getting out of here.
Plus I have to shave in the
So,
morning, right?
Yeah, so they said, well, then I hear the Roosevelt declaring war on Japan.
Right.
Okay, so he said, well, we are at war now. Okay, let her go. I said, we'll do it anytime. Well, wasn't very much time then. We start training harder. He says, okay, let's start packing. We're going to Fort Dix, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Said, to Fort Dix, New Jersey, get everything you need to know, call your parents and tell them. But they had already given from me from Fort Knox 5 days to go home and come back and tell them, I'll see you back. I'll see you when I get back.
When I see you, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we stayed there about 2 months in Fort Dix.
Mhm.
And on the Queen Mary, they made the Queen Mary a,
Hospital ship, didn't
well, it was a transporter ship,
it? Troop transport.
troop transporter.
Okay.
Well, there we go with our equipment.
They put your tanks on the Queen Mary?
No, they had one of those, you put them underneath, in the bow,
Okay.
in the belly, like I always said, the belly.
Yeah, like cargo.
Yeah, cargo ship, and to come around us, bring the stuff to us. So, from Fort Dix, the May the 10th, we started going from New York, I believe, yeah, Fort Dix, New York, somewhere,
May 10th, 1943.
42. Wait a minute.
Well, Pearl Harbor was December 42.
December 42, and then 1942, we sailed out of the harbor from New York towards North Africa.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You said May the 10th,
Uh-huh.
after Pearl Harbor, right?
Pearl Harbor was
40.
no,
41 was in.
Forty-
You're
41.
right. That's what it is.
41.
That's what I'm screwing up. I'm thinking he is. You got it.
No.
I'll shut up now.
I know my history.
Thank you, Jerry.
Yeah.
I'm really learning a lot of this
And
stuff.
he
I'm not
hears,
gonna lie.
he hears a lot about World War II,
Yeah.
so.
I heard everything he said.
Are you already bored?
Yeah, she corrects me now and then.
Okay, so, I mean, we're just looking for a short outline.
Okay.
So when I get your DD 214, which I need you to go get a copy of that somehow.
You have a copy of that. I have a copy of that.
You have a copy of 214?
I think.
Oh, well, get it.
That-
Anyway,
That would go a long way, dear. I can ask better questions if I know the timestamp. So, May 10th, 42, you leave Fort Dix, New Jersey, USA.
we leave New York on the Queen Mary.
Oh, they take you to New York, you leave on the Queen Mary, okay.
Yeah.
Did you get there before your tanks?
We got there about the same time,
Okay.
because
So what day do you think you landed?
November the 8th.
Hang on just a second. Yes, dear. Hello. Sorry for the interruption, sir.
November the 8th
You landed in
North Africa.
North Africa. Do you know where?
42.
Do you know
Yeah.
what city or town or port?
Let me get this. We landed in Saint Laurent.
Saint Laurent.
Saint Louis, Oran.
Louren. Laurent. I know that.
Oran.
Okay.
We
Because I was
landed
doing
there.
a little reading up on some of this so I can figure out, are you still with the 13th Mechanized?
Yeah.
Okay, are you? in the-
Only, wait a minute, only that when we got to North Africa, everything changed,
Okay,
okay? In other words, my unit, which I was a machine gunner then,
okay,
my unit, they broke it down and said, well, we really don't need a C company, so we're gonna make it a maintenance company
okay,
of the 13th Tank Battalion.
okay.
Then, after there is where I volunteer. The sergeant from North Carolina came and said, I need a volunteer. And the other one, hey, everybody turned their head down, they knew what volunteer meant.
All right,
But I didn't. I said, I'll go with you. Okay, come on. So, naturally, a sergeant. He's driving the retriever because there was no tank retriever, it was a truck retriever,
Okay.
heavy truck to retrieve tanks.
right.
We lost 17,
Thanks, I know, good.
it's right there in.
Yeah, North Africa was not a good place for the US.
No. Anyway, because the French was winning with the Germans. You're fighting two people, you know, with different tactics, different things. Anyway, I was supposed to, what our job was gonna be doing when I volunteered with him, was to put burning tanks out, bring them back.
Okay, so now you're with the 13th Tank Battalion, and what's the name of your platoon?
The maintenance company,
Maintenance company.
yeah.
And do you have a platoon, or is it all maintenance?
No,
company?
it's maintenance company.
That's it.
Of course, they break it into sections.
Okay, so the 13th Tank Battalion, does that fall under the First Army, the Second Army, the Third Army?
No, we are the First Armored Division,
First Army Division.
yeah. And that is part of the First Armored Division.
Is the First Armored Division considered the Big Red One?
No, that's the infantry.
That's First Infantry.
Yeah, we use a patch with a one on it. It go a turn border lightning crossing across.
Okay,
That's armored.
I wanna make sure I'm looking at the right
Yeah.
thing when I go to do the research.
Okay. I think I'll tell her to come get the code to show you the difference.
And what year do you leave, or what time frame do you leave the first, tank support group that you're in now? When do you leave that, and where do you go?
I went, I didn't leave it. I stayed with it.
Okay,
And then, they made the company a maintenance company. So therefore, they put me driving a half track.
okay,
So a half track is half track and half, the tracks, and then you got the front end is wheels.
right.
So, I was driving for my commander, my CO, and then in Africa, General, who was it, General, she was for crying out loud, you know, and never, I was always thinking of him, Rubbernat, General Rubbernat, said, I need your track, you know, because the tanks are attacking, and he needed he needed the track because they knocked out his tank. So therefore, he needed the track to supervise the moves and
To manage the working battlefield.
right.
What general was it?
Rubbernat, General Rubbernat.
How do you spell that?
Robert,
R-U-B-B-E-R?
Robert Ned.
Neck, N-E-C.
Ned. Rubber Ned.
Rubber Ned, N-E-D.
N-E-D.
Rubber Ned. I don't know, I have to look that one up.
Rubber Ned. He said, that my captain never said nothing to me in 1 year, never talked to me.
Okay,
He said, is this how fast this thing runs? I said, you know, we were just standing on top. He said, no, sir, you can go faster. Well, put that darn foot on it. I will. And I'm going. He said, you're driving too fast for the gun. I said, sir, that's the way he wants it. You know, and from then on, I didn't respect him. The captains.
Wow.
Anyway, you know, it said something, I turned back at him.
yeah.
So, he didn't say nothing to me. All he needed was, what do you
Go ahead.
I can see that those are the ones.
have? No, this is not, oh,
Is that it?
no, this is my, look, this is not it. It's, my discharge, and then put the years that you got on, that you serve and all of that.
Yeah,
214
the
on it.
214 will have, it'll be like two columns, here and here, and it's about a half sheet. And here it'll say the date, it'll have like the day of the month, 3 initials for the month, and 2 initials, or 2 letters for the year. And then it'll say 13th Tank Battalion, then it'll say 1st Armored.
Is it like it says there?
Yeah, it's very similar to this, but it'll have a column. It'll all be single spaced.
All in one
I know
piece?
he's got one somewhere in here.
Well, we really need to get our hands on one. And our only other option, if we can't come up with one, is get a hold of the National Archives, in which you have to put in your military serial number, your ID,
Yeah,
and have them send it to you.
yeah.
I tried bringing it up, but
But when they gave me that medal, the Air Force, I guess, was the one that put into law for all the veterans, for the Air Force and infantry and everybody in it,
yeah,
that we were about to go ahead and get recognition on it, on World War II. So
Right.
therefore, they told me, says, you got to send your 214.
right.
Well, I didn't, at that time, I didn't know too much about it. Well, make a copy out of it, or do this, do that, because everybody carried his own record.
Yeah,
Everywhere he went, he
about your own paper.
right, write it on paper and everything, and put it and save it. I don't need paper. This is the kind of type of guy I was.
Now in 2016,
I need
I
it.
really need that paper.
Yeah, no, 2016, you need that paper. And I hanged on to it. I was lucky to hang on to it. When I made second lieutenant in Korea,
Huh?
I sent the orders where I was made second lieutenant,
Okay.
the second time. And
The
what
second
happened?
time?
Yeah, when I went the second time,
Oh, when you went into Korea,
yeah,
your second field battle, your second war.
yeah.
Okay. I thought you said your second time at second lieutenant, and I thought, well, maybe you went up and got knocked back a little bit there, but that's fine.
No, but see, well, we don't get into Korea yet.
Yeah, we're way ahead, but I want to skim through all of that today, so let me ask you the next question. You're driving for the general?
Yeah,
How long do you drive for the general?
the general until he said until the battle stopped, I guess.
Right.
Because he said stop. I said I'll get my jeep and I'll direct them with radio and all of that.
Were you aware that you were chasing Rommel?
No,
Are you aware of it now?
well, I was with Patton
Yeah.
when Romo was coming around us straight down the Kasserine Pass.
The Kasserine Pass, and that's in North Africa.
That's in North Africa.
So yeah,
That's the first
that's
time.
two big battles, man.
That's, well, anyway, I had a co-driver, which was from West Virginia.
Okay.
I mean, a farmer.
Yeah.
He always talk about that darn mule. Great Riggs. Yeah, private first class Riggs.
You don't remember his first name?
Eh?
You don't remember his first
No.
name? Okay.
All I know is that, and he couldn't write, but I could write.
Yeah.
So I write love letters to his girlfriend for him. And
Nice.
his girlfriend writes back, and all the things that talk about it was about the mule. He says, oh, that mule, he says, yeah, the gas mask, I'm going to try to take one from the army so I can put it on when I'm plowing.
When you're plowing for that
Yeah,
mule?
with that mule.
Okay,
Anyway,
after North Africa, when do you get into your first tank and you're the driver of your first tank?
and driving my own first tank. right as soon as the war started getting worse, it says, they asked me, do you know how to drive? I says, what do you mean do I know?
Yeah.
I says, I am a driver. I'm a driver of the track here in the company. How would you like to drive a tank? He says, I said, well, yeah, I'll drive a tank. This is Daddy Rabbit. Let me see, who in the heck was it? Colonel. He was a West Pointer. He got killed in North Africa. And he said, you know, Guerrero, I like to have you in my tank in my company. I'll go with you. Are we going to fight? Yeah. Well, I'll be with you. Well, I don't know if they let you go from the unit, from the company.
Out of the maintenance company.
The maintenance company. I says, okay. I said, talk to him and I, we don't see eye to eye on anything. I said, I guess.
Talking about the first sergeant?
No, talking about the company commander.
Oh, okay.
He said, I don't know if I'm doing good or doing bad or not doing right or what I'm doing wrong.
Because the captain won't talk to me.
No, he won't talk to me, you know, which I didn't care too much about whether he talks or not, but
Right.
I said, at least you want to hear his voice. So I says, I don't know. He said, well, let me try and see if he lets you go.
All right.
Well, no, I said, I don't want to, okay.
He him all around.
So I said, okay. I said, well, what do you think? Did you find out anything about me moving with you? No, he says he don't have other drivers to take your place. Well, I wish I could go with you. Well, maybe for some reason or another, he got killed, and I'm still alive.
So do you remember his name?
In fact, they got a darn building at Fort Knox.
Named after him?
It's named after him.
All right, we'll put that down. That's your homework. We'll make that your homework. Find out what his name was. Okay?
Yeah.
So you leave the maintenance.
But you know, the name, that was his nickname, Daddy Rabbit.
Daddy Ray?
David.
I could probably find out through Ray who that was.
Yeah, Daddy Rabbit, because the tank, he had light tanks, and there were heavy tanks, but there was had 3 battalions, the 13th, the 1st Battalion, the 1st Armored Division Battalion.
Okay.
So that's 3. That make compose of 1 division.
All that made up one division.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you're in maintenance and you're getting out of maintenance, how do you finally get out of maintenance?
Finally, because they came around that we needed tanks, replacements of
Okay.
tanks.
Well, yeah.
That's in North Africa.
Yeah, North Africa was bad for tanks.
Yeah.
And infantry.
And infantry too.
Yeah.
Well, they told me, they said, can you drive? I said, yeah, I can drive. Well, he said, how about going with us? Well, I said, I'll go. Well, we got to bring, I think it was 13 tanks or 14 tanks back for replacement of other ones we lost.
Okay.
So, I said, yeah, I'll go with you. So I did.
So who was asking that time?
Was a sergeant came around with an officer saying that he needed tank drivers.
So he's with the 1st Armored.
So, yeah, I was with the 1st Armored. He was for the 1st Armored.
So your captain finally signed you off and you get to go with him?
Well, I really don't remember who said he go ahead and go. You know, go ahead.
Somehow you got to go.
I got to go.
That's all you
So
need.
they asked me over there, I said, well, what do you like to do? I said, I'd like to take the lead. Just lead me, and I'll follow you. I don't want too much dust on my eye. I got enough already.
Put me near the front.
Yeah. So I went on the front, and I started with that tank. I didn't know much about him. Only one thing, that when I was at Fort Knox, I used to stay at the retreat was at 4:30. You had to be ready. And I stayed over there at 4 o'clock. We leave the maintenance building out there and come back, because we put the tanks underneath where the horses used to be.
Yeah,
Well, they made those stalls.
right.
They made us to put the tanks in there, and I used to stay back, and I crank it up, and I put it in reverse, come back, go forward, back, send forward,
Practice driving.
practice driving right there. I said, I got this sucker pat. When they put me in there, on that light tank,
You were ready to
I
go.
was ready to go, and I was doing nothing but changing gear, double clutch.
So what time frame did they take you, put your tank on a ship and take you out of North Africa into Italy?
Well, when we got out of North Africa,
Do you remember what port you came out of?
we came into Naples.
You landed in Naples,
Landed in
but
Naples.
do you remember what port you left out of in North Africa?
From the same port. we
Same
got in.
port. So you're in Naples now.
Yeah, we're going towards Naples.
All right.
In Naples, we landed
Do you land at Anzio Beach right
No.
then? That's later on.
later on.
Are you near Casino when you land in
We
Naples?
went straight to casino.
From Naples to Casino. Wow.
We stayed, we took 3 days to get the tanks squared away and put everything we needed, anything that we wanted, ammo and everything.
Do you know what beachhead you were at in Naples?
Yeah,
Which one?
Naples,
It was just Naples?
Naples.
There wasn't an A beach, green beach,
No,
blue
no,
beach?
no,
Okay.
none of that.
So you all broke out of there 3 days later and went straight to Casino?
From there, after we pop and met in a rendezvous area, and from there it says, okay,
All right,
Casino.
what company and what battalion are you with for that?
13th,
You're still the 13th Battalion,
yeah,
but you're not maintenance anymore.
no,
Are you C Company, B Company, A Company?
no, I was in C Company,
C Company. All right, C Company, Armored 13th Battalion, 1st Armored.
1st Armor,
Okay.
in the 5th Army,
In the 5th Army. That's where I thought you were.
yeah, 5th Army,
5th Army, 1st Armored, 13th Battalion, C Company,
right.
tank.
Mhm.
Perfect.
My,
Perfect. How long do you stay under that flag?
oh, gee, was for 39 months I was with it.
39 months. So this is 1942. This takes you all the way to the end of the war.
Yeah, all the end of the war, June the 25th,
1945.
is when I departed Italy.
Okay. And you come back to where? Fort Knox, Fort Bliss, Jersey, New
Fort
York?
Knox, Fort Knox,
Do you come via New York,
via Washington.
Washington State? Really? They brought you in from the Pacific, huh?
Right.
All the way over to,
Dude, I'm telling
I
you.
don't know why they didn't take you down to 29 Palms or something. But okay, that's fine.
Well, let me see, wait a minute, let me see, I think, when I came back from Korea, they brought me to Washington DC. When they brought me from down there, they brought me to New York.
Okay, that makes more sense
Yeah,
to me.
New York.
That makes more sense. Okay.
From Italy,
So in 45, you're still with the 13th.
yeah, in 45, I'm still from there, in the 13th, when we left Africa, I'm in the 13th. Then we start fighting in Italy,
Yeah.
and I was in the 13th. But we went up to Monte Cassino.
Monte Cassino.
Casino was on the other